What just happened at Kelly Clarkson's concert left everyone speechless. From heartbreak to healing, from tears to pure joy. Tonight, we take you inside an unforgettable night where Kelly Clarkson helped two fans find love, while still grieving a devastating loss herself. Stay tuned, because what happened next on that stage will absolutely shock you. This is a story of love, loss, and a superstar's heart of gold. Kelly Clarkson's concerts have always been emotional, filled with powerhouse vocals, laughter, and tears. But her latest performance hit differently. This was her first concert since the tragic passing of her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, and no one expected it to turn into one of the most touching, spontaneous moments of her career. It all started like any other Kelly show. Lights dimmed, the crowd roared, and that familiar energy filled the arena. Fans were on their feet as Kelly belted out "Since You've Been Gone," her voice soaring through the air like a promise of freedom and survival. But as the show went on, something in her demeanor caught people's attention. There was a gentleness, a kind of unspoken emotion that hinted at a deeper story behind her smile. After performing a few hits, Kelly paused. The lights softened and she took a deep breath. "This is my first show back," she began, her voice slightly trembling. "It's been a rough few months, but music and you guys have been healing me in ways I can't explain." The audience erupted in supportive cheers, shouting, "We love you, Kelly," but no one could have predicted what was about to happen next. As Kelly began to introduce her next song, a sudden commotion broke out near the front of the stage. Two fans, a young couple, were waving their hands frantically, holding up a sign that read, "Kelly, can you help us get engaged?" The camera zoomed in, the spotlight found them, and Kelly just froze for a second, then smiled wide. "Wait, what? You want me to help you get engaged?" The crowd screamed in excitement. Kelly, ever the showwoman, grinned and said, "Well, y'all picked the right night for love. I'm all about that energy tonight." She invited the couple on stage. The young man was visibly shaking, and the woman already had tears streaming down her face. Kelly walked over, handed him her mic, and said, "Don't mess this up, buddy. Millions are watching." The entire arena went silent. The man took a deep breath, looked into his girlfriend's eyes, and said, "You've been my strength through everything. Kelly's music got us through the hardest times, and I can't imagine a life without you." Then he dropped to one knee. The crowd exploded. Kelly covered her mouth, her eyes glistening with tears. The woman said, "Yes," without hesitation, and confetti rained down as Kelly's band spontaneously began playing the intro to "A Moment Like This." Kelly didn't hesitate. She started singing live, serenading the couple as they hugged, kissed, and cried on stage. It was pure magic. But behind Kelly's radiant smile, there was something deeper. Because what most of the crowd didn't know was that this was also Kelly's first public performance since the heartbreaking news of her ex-husband's sudden passing, a loss that had left her devastated but determined to carry on for her kids and her fans. In the weeks leading up to this concert, reports had surfaced that Brandon Blackstock, once her manager and the father of her two children, had been found dead on his Montana ranch. The cause of death was initially reported as an accident, though some close to the family described it as a tragic and complex situation. Kelly, understandably, had remained silent. Until now. And tonight, through that engagement moment, fans saw her healing in real time. After the song ended, Kelly walked toward the couple, still emotional, and whispered, "You two just reminded me what love can look like when it's honest." She took a deep breath, then spoke to the crowd. "You know, sometimes life doesn't go the way we planned. Sometimes people leave before we're ready. But love, real love, never dies. It changes shape. It finds new forms. It always finds a way to come back." The entire stadium fell silent. Some fans later said that moment felt like she was talking directly to her late ex-husband. Then Kelly added, with a small, bittersweet smile, "I think Brandon would have loved this moment. He always believed music could bring people together, and I think tonight proved him right." Her words hung in the air, heavy, heartfelt, and unforgettable. She went on to perform Piece by Piece, her emotional ballad about love, loss, and rebuilding. But this time, the lyrics carried a new kind of pain, and a new kind of hope. Fans said her voice cracked slightly as she sang, especially when she reached the line, "He never walks away, he never asks for money." A line once seen as a celebration of her love story, now turned into a haunting reminder of what she had lost. The audience joined in, many wiping away tears. Kelly paused mid-song, visibly holding back emotion, then whispered, "This one's hers for anyone who's ever had to find themselves again after everything fell apart." It was raw. It was real. It was Kelly Clarkson. After the concert, fans flooded social media with emotional posts. One wrote, "I came for music, I left with chills." Kelly didn't just perform, she healed in front of us. Another shared, "That engagement wasn't just cute, it was symbolic. Love still wins, even after heartbreak." But the twist didn't end there, because after the show, a backstage source revealed that the couple Kelly helped get engaged weren't just random fans. They had written to Kelly's team weeks before, explaining that her song Breakaway had saved their relationship after one of them lost a parent, and Kelly herself had quietly arranged for them to sit in front row seats. She had planned to surprise them mid-show, but what she didn't know was that the man was planning a surprise proposal of his own. The two surprises collided on stage in that emotional moment, completely unscripted. Or as one fan put it was destiny live on stage. That's what makes this night even more powerful. Kelly Clarkson, a woman who's known both the highs of fame and the depths of heartbreak, stood there, helping others find their forever, while still mending her own broken heart. Later that night, Kelly shared a brief message on social media. It simply read, "Love shows up when you least expect it. Thank you for reminding me tonight." Alongside it was a photo of her hugging the newly engaged couple. Fans flooded her comments with hearts, support, and prayers. Industry insiders are now calling this performance the rebirth of Kelly Clarkson. Her team confirmed she plans to continue her tour as scheduled, something that just a month ago seemed uncertain. Sources close to her family say she's found strength through her children, her fans, and her faith. One insider told a magazine, Kelly was shattered by Brandon's passing. But that concert, that moment, helped her find peace. She felt him there with her. Even people who had no idea about the backstory were moved by the connection she created that night. The clip of her serenading the couple has already gone viral, racking up millions of views and sparking comments like, "This is why she'll always be the queen of heartfelt pop." Behind the scenes, however, there's one final twist. It turns out just hours before the concert, Kelly received a handwritten letter that had been found among Brandon's belongings. The note, reportedly addressed to her, was said to contain just 5 words. "Keep singing. They need you." No one knows if that letter was meant as a final goodbye or something written long before his passing. But to those close to Kelly, the timing was too powerful to ignore. So when she stood on that stage, smiling through tears as she helped 2 people find love, fans believe she was honoring that message, choosing to keep singing, to keep giving, to keep believing. In one of the most touching encores of her career, Kelly closed the show with "Stronger, What Doesn't Kill You." The crowd jumped, cried, danced. Every lyric turned into a declaration of resilience. And as the final notes echoed through the stadium, Kelly raised her mic, looked toward the ceiling, and whispered softly, "This one's for you." No one needed her to say who you was. They already knew. The house lights came up. The couple who got engaged stayed in the audience for hours, taking photos with fans, holding hands, still glowing with disbelief. For them, it was the best night of their lives. For Kelly, it was something deeper, a step toward healing, a message to her fans, and a reminder that love, even in its most painful form, can still create something beautiful. As the arena emptied, one fan put it perfectly. She gave us music, hope, and a love story all in one night. But more than that, she reminded us that even the strongest hearts break, and then learn how to beat again. From heartbreak to hope, Kelly Clarkson just turned pain into pure magic. What started as a concert became a moment the world will never forget. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more emotional celebrity stories and exclusive updates. Because in the world of music and love, the show always goes on.